Next, we're going to do the youth advisory, and I believe Seth is going to be the spokesperson for that group.
Good morning. My name is Rachel Manichus, and I'm from Sturgeon Lake. I've been asked to represent the youth. We did a workshop. I would actually just want to say thank you. It's very informative and a lot of eye-opening. And getting together like this is amazing. I see how important it is, education and our culture in today's society. Learning who we are as a people is what's going to strengthen us, and the time's up. We need to do this, it must be done.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Seth Goodsformer-Ferguson, and I am from Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation here in Alberta. I'm in grade 10 and attending school off reserve in Grand Prairie, Alberta, 100 kilometers away from my home reserve. Yesterday at our breakout session, Candace Willier asked us many challenging questions on the Treaty 8 educational system and how we feel about it. Even though I attend school off reserve, I still have a sense on what's failing in the educational system. I also have friends and family who attend schools on reserve. Candace asked us if we were going on a journey in life or journey for education, and you had a backpack, what would you put in it and who would help you? Some people said smudge, our traditional ceremonies and medicines. For some people to help us prepare for the journey, it would be our role models, dads, uncles, moms, elders, and leadership. But the most important question Candace asked us was, what will we require of our Treaty 8 educational system? Together as a group, we came up with many great ideas and solutions. For instance, we believe that there's a problem with funding. We agreed that the funding should be matched with the province of Alberta. What makes schools off reserve better to receive more funding than us? It just doesn't make sense. Also, the province of Alberta has the School Act, supporting regulations, standards, and the Alberta School Board. Schools on reserve have no legislation on education, standards, and no support groups or associations. We should have a unique First Nations school board, like the Alberta School Board, that meets once in a while to discuss ongoing problems within schools. We would also like to see the Alberta curriculum tied in with traditional teachings. If the province of Alberta enforces the Alberta curriculum on schools all across Alberta, obviously it is important for some reason. Another problem we see in our First Nation schools is that the Cyber High programs, or learning online, seems not to work. Students need face-to-face interaction with their teachers. It's hard to tell a student to sit in front of a computer screen for hours and tell them to learn. We also need to be connected and up-to-date with technology within schools. Most schools today have iPads, computers, and smartboards. All the work in my school are done through those. It makes everything so much easier. Students need to be up to date. Some First Nation schools are living in the past with their pencil and paper, while most schools today use their mouse and keyboard. We're only moving forward with technology, and in the real world, outside the reserves, everyone's using it. One last thing that we came up with is that we need our elders' knowledge. We need our elders to come into school and teach us about our traditions, culture, medicine, and the past. We need to know these things so future generations will understand what culture is. We don't want a foreign person, say from Nova Scotia, to teach us about our cultural traditions. We need the person who lived through them to teach us. These ideas come from the students who are actually on the front lines of education. People who knows better about the education system than people who actually live through it. To help us achieve these ideas, we need help from the leadership, Treaty 8, the province of Alberta, and of course, your help. Now, let me tell you one last thing before I leave. I met this guy in Hinton once, and we were talking about education, and he said to me, if you want to get somewhere today, take an airplane, and if you want to get somewhere tomorrow, get an education. Thank you.
I was just going to share something I wrote. It was about August. I'd say last year. It's a poem. It's kind of everything that's been said today. Sorry. Okay. So it's no longer lost. I found my home. My path has been shown. My spirit with me. My mind strong. My heart is complete. All my unanswered questions have been revealed. Learning to grow, expanding my mind, influencing others. Be the voice for the ones who lost theirs, don't realize that they have one, and who no longer have one. Not many would have endured and have the willpower and conviction that I do. I've had to earn it, and I've had to sacrifice many things to find my authentic self. Our times have changed. We must adapt to our children and youth to have them learn to trust and expand their mind to our traditional grassroots. Our way of life has become altered. We have succumbed to another's reality and not our predestined path that was gifted to us as a people, as a community, and as a nation. Our tomorrows are going to become our yesterdays, and our past does not define us. We must empower one another to stand strong and take back our power. We can save our earth, and we can learn to live with one another if we bypass the expectations society, media, and misinformation has put in our heads. The time is now. Our people have been in our own hurts and pains for long enough. It's time to stand up for every man, woman, and child who's ever been victimized, violated, isolated, abandoned, murdered, who are lost in the shadows and in limbo for a life they believe they were not worthy enough for. Our truth is in our way of life that was stolen from us. We need to rebuild, re-educate, and most importantly, empower our own from within. Thank you.